doing something to spread information, to search for him, to talk to people.
What was he doing while you were doing all this?
Absolutely nothing.
Did he go to Vegas, I understand?
He went to Las Vegas a number of times, I understand. His last stay in Vegas, he was there for 47 days. And during that time, he stayed at a hotel that charged about $300 a night. Detectives told me he went to a number of concerts. He went to a mixed martial arts, boxing event. He went skydiving. He was caught on video with prostitutes.
He changed his appearance, right?
He changed his appearance.
Hair, beard, everything. When did the police arrest him for a second time?
I believe it was June 23rd in Las Vegas.
What was the reason they arrested him the second time?
Suspicion of murder.
How did that make you feel?
My heart just broke into a million pieces.
Is that how you found out that your son was dead?
Coming up.
When I saw him on television in Las Vegas when he was joking with a judge, I thought it was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
We now return to Dr. Phil's exclusive interview.
Authorities say Armazda Dressian killed his 5-year-old little boy because he wanted to get back at his estranged wife. He showed no remorse at his first court hearing in Vegas and even laughed and joked about being extradited back to California.
If California wants you, they can come get me.
What was the reason they arrested him the second time?
Suspicion of murder.
Is that how you found out that your son was dead?
No, at that time they did not locate his body. They did not know where his body was.
But they arrested him for murder anyway.
It was a murder, no body charge. When I saw him on television in Las Vegas when he was joking with a judge, I thought it was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. I could not wrap my head around how someone who claimed that they did not know the whereabouts of my child and they were concerned about my child's safety would behave in the manner that he did.
When and where did they find your son's body?
They found my son on June 30th, about a mile away from Lake Cachuma, where they had conducted a number of searches. It was at a Vista Point, and what I was told is that it was a heavily wooded area, and Ara took my son and propped him up against a tree. He took off a gold necklace that I had given to him the day before we got married, and he put it around my son, and he left him there, lifeless.
Did they tell you how he took his life?
The day of his sentencing, on August 23rd, they pulled me into another room and told me that Ara had suffocated my son because that information was included in the probation report that was going to be shared during his sentencing, and they wanted me to know ahead of time. But it wasn't until 2 days later, on August 25th, when I sat down with the 2 lead detectives and the district attorney, when they shared the evidence that they had collected. My son was asleep when Ara began to suffocate him with his own sweatshirt. And I asked the detective, did my son wake up while he was being suffocated? And he said yes. He said that it took Ara about 4 minutes to murder my son. They also said that Ara had been planning this for 3 or 4 months.
How did they know that?
When they confiscated his computer, they found Google searches of heavily wooded areas by Lake Cachuma.